Hi everyone. So today I wanted to do a video on how to create separate creditor control accounts. So we had a query from a client where they wanted to post some intercompany invoices, and historically it had all been grouped under trade creditors, and they wanted it to show separately on their balance sheet when posting these invoices. And this can be done in Twinfield, and it's largely used for things like intercompany or direct balances, or if people want their staff expenses to show separately, other than lumped into one balance on their balance sheet. So I'm just going to take you through a few settings that you would need to adjust to make sure that the system posts in that way. Okay, so logging into Twinfield, you will need to navigate to, I'm going to move me out of the way first. You will need to navigate to financial professionals and then dimensions. Okay, so the first thing we need to adjust is the balance sheet code so that the system understands that it's a control account. Okay, so you do that under the balance sheet and searching for the relevant code. So I've created a code here which is for a fictitious intercompany, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into that code, and under the links tab I'm going to add linked accounts. Okay, so what we are doing is we are telling the system, okay, that when we use this balance sheet code, we should be linking the subledger type, which is creditors or accounts payable or suppliers. Okay, you can link other things to balance sheet codes, and this is just telling the system, when I use this code, if I am adding dimensions, and these are the dimensions in the system, this is what you should expect to see on top of using this balance sheet code. So should I be posting a cost center when I use this code? Should I be using a customer code when I post against this code? And in this instance, we're going to link a creditor. Okay, so once you've done that, the only other thing to check is that you've got further analysis turned on, because if that is not turned on, you'll get an error, because what the further analysis field is doing is it's saying, when you use this nominal code, should I be expecting you to add another dimension? And if you say no, then you won't be able to add a creditor code, so that would be a conflict. Okay, so once that's done, you just press save. Okay, and that's what we need to do to make that balance sheet code control account that's linked to suppliers or creditors. Okay, the second thing to do then is to say under the supplier that you want to link that supplier to that specific creditor control account on the front of your balance sheet. Okay, so if I go into accounts payable, I can search for my supplier, which is my intercompany 4.0 in the Middle East. Okay, and if I go into here, what I can do is under the other tab, I can now select that this is linked to my intercompany 4.0 Middle East control account and not linked to creditors control along with all my other suppliers. Right? So I'm telling the system effectively, when you post an invoice against this supplier, you should be crediting this code on the balance sheet, not creditors control. And then I click save. Okay, and that's all you need to do from a settings perspective. That's now linked and everything is correct. So what happens now is if I want to create a purchase invoice, I can just go to purchase and I can go to data entry. I'm just going to create it manually. Okay, I'm going to put it into 1st of January. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to put it into the 1st of February. I'm going to put it to 4.0 Middle East. Just going to do it for £1,000. Test. Oops, didn't mean to press that, sorry. Select a nominal code. I'm just going to put it to miscellaneous expenses. Take the VAT off. Test. And I'm going to select provisional, remembering that it's in period 8. Okay, and that transaction has now been created. So now what happens if I go to my extended trial balance and I run my extended trial balance for period 8 in 2022, which is when I posted that transaction. If I scroll down, you can see I've got my intercompany balance here, and it has credited that account instead of crediting my creditors control account. Okay, so that's how you would set that up and activate that, to make sure that whenever you select that supplier, it will post it against this control account rather than creditors control. Thanks for listening. Bye.